Nah, it can't still be sold out. This is crazy. Dude, like, why are you so mad right now, man? Man, did I stutter? But why you mad? I'm tell you right now, there's like levels to being whack. So there's whack, there's super whack, and then there's you. Dude, no way are you talking to me like that. No way. Dude. Yo. Get out of here. Dude, like, don't even, what? I'm so done with trying to find this PS5, man. Listen, dude, I got this like totally rad idea. So like, you know how there's like a whole bunch of games that had came out not too long ago? Why don't you do like a top 10 list, man? That would be so freaking hot, man. Like, totally. That's what's up, you know? That's a good idea. All right, not bad. Dude, it's gonna be like the new hot, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, like when Paris Hilton used to say hot. How'd you say that? That's so hot. That's so hot. That's so hot. This is gonna be like that's so hot. This is gonna be like so hot. This is gonna be like the new hot. You know, it's gonna be so hot, it's gonna be like fire.
Welcome to Digital Realms Interactive, coming to you
with a retrospective review.
Today, we're gonna take a look at a highly prolific era.
The top 10 games of the 8th generation.
It's going down.
The evil within 2. This sequel differs from the original by starting off in a semi-open world environment, riddled with surprises at nearly every corner. This open format does make for some interesting encounters. The action is intense, with storytelling clues around, plus some puzzles to top it off. Before you know it, you'll be thrown into vastly different areas. This is where the gameplay shines its brightest. It becomes much more linear with tight corridors. This results in some frightening and exhilarating encounters. The over-the-top gore is both shocking and satisfying. The ever-changing environments keeps the game fresh. Its reliance on psychological horror in places is super inventive, and that's what separates this game from other horror games. A cohesive way of mixing real world with horror fantastical moments, while keeping it eerie and at a frantic pace, with some truly unforgettable environments. One of the more exciting horror games to come out in a long time, and if you're a fan of that, don't sleep on this game. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. In a generation where few Star Wars games were released, this game is one that should not be overlooked. While it does seem to be inspired by some popular games, Uncharted-esque platforming, Dark Souls-inspired combat, Metroidvania-type backtracking, and Zelda-inspired puzzles, it's the successful culmination of these gameplay elements on what makes this Star Wars game stand out from its predecessors. This is one of the greatest Star Wars games to grace any console, with cool characters as well. You'll be hard-pressed to find any environment that doesn't embody the Star Wars aesthetic. The combat is easy to learn and a joy to master. different battle types do take place, and because of that, the combat never feels repetitive. The Jedi can feel floaty in his movements at times. The complete game is chock full of fun gameplay, and some of the puzzles don't really hit the mark. However, in the end, it is the best Star Wars game of the 8th generation. And while this is just a top 10 list from the 8th generation, this game turned out to be my favorite Star Wars game of any generation thus far. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This top 10 list does have some games that are clearly elevated within their respective franchise, and at this date are the best sequels. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is one of those titles. It takes the best mechanics from previous titles and updates them. A wide range of characters and karts to choose from. A vastly improved battle mode, which is super addictive by the way. Also has tight controls and a locked 60 FPS. You have 40 plus tracks to choose from. Some classic remakes and some completely new additions. The new anti-gravity mechanic adds an extra dimension to the racing, which wasn't there literally, and it's the most unique new addition to the gameplay. You can also hold 2 weapons, which adds extra depth to the strategy. Online play is great. I do like the single player campaign, but at times the AI could be a little too good on higher speeds. For this game to set a standard for other kart racers to model after is yet another accomplishment by a legendary Nintendo franchise.
Resident Evil 2.
I'm proud to say that Capcom listened to its fans and remade RE2, and they delivered, embracing the atmosphere and feel of the original, but bringing it to a current console. The zombies and the enemies in general react more in a realistic way and put up more of a fight. The graphics bring the undead alive. Some of the new enemy redesigns are absolutely terrifying. Compared to the PS1 original, these new designs pack the higher polygon count and are much more detailed. Just check out the redesign of Mr. X. He adds so much to the game. However, many of the boss battles seem a bit undercooked and should have been more complex given the upgrade in technology. Check out the battle with the alligator. It feels like a cutscene where you just literally press forward. But I do like the interaction with Ada, and Sherry's escape is a welcome break of gameplay. Capcom's best remake was of RE1 on the GameCube. That was flawless. Not only were the graphics updated, but extra layers of gameplay were added, like the Crimson Head zombies, and who can forget the terrifying Lisa Trevor. Capcom states that this is a reimagining, not a remake, and thus, regardless, is an absolutely phenomenal Resident Evil game. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. From Software's first attempt at a ninja/samurai action game resulted in a title that won Game of the Year. Its excellent stealthy gameplay and challenging action-based combat where defense is absolutely paramount to winning battles. I especially love the fluidity of his movements. These acrobatic moves are key to survival. It all feels natural and seamless, and once you upgrade his moves, you'll be better suited to fight these battles. I especially love the enemy designs. They react so swiftly to your movements. You must use your defense at the right time and your offense when needed. These environments are spot on with historical references throughout the game. I died way more than a few times in this game, but once you get the hang of it, the game will eventually open up. This is an unforgettable, intense, fun game. I would love to see what a sequel would look like. Red Dead Redemption 2. Never have I experienced a game as detailed as this. All the important things in the world actually do react. It's just amazing how much they cram into this one game. From the actual character animations, from the absolutely lush environments, the time of day, and the change in weather dynamics. Everything in the world feels as it is in real life. Rockstar Games put in years to complete this game, and it shows. Everything is detailed. A great cast of characters. It even has hand combat. I can't lie, I definitely had some fun harassing folks. Not to mention hostage situations. The action situations are varied. You find yourself doing a bit of everything. So much of the world is tangible. This will impress even the most jaded gamer. Just look at that attention to detail. Admittedly though, it could be a bit overwhelming with all the side quests and inventory management, but it's the sheer amount of different gameplay that will keep you coming back. The story is both deep and comical. It's also a lot more than just a Western GTA. Just when you thought you've seen it all, Red Dead Redemption would surprise you with another trick up its sleeve. Bloodborne. Once you enter Narnia, you'll notice a wolf. Now, what game has you battle a wolf right at the start of the game? Once that jumps off, you know from the get, this game is gonna be hard. It's this type of smart game design that makes the player choose things to do in a split second. Along with its intricately connected levels that make up the world, this makes for some interesting backtracking, packed with tons of secrets and storylines within the game world. The battle mechanics are superb, and most enemies put up a real fight. If you run away, they will actually follow you to a certain distance. The enemies are creative, the movement is swift. This is my favorite From Software game title by far, due to its exceptional level design and ultra intense gameplay. Once you start to level up and experience the exceptional boss battles, you'll be hard pressed to press pause to catch a breath of air. This game will leave you breathless. Sweaty palm syndrome on the controller. Gamers better know what I mean. So if you proceed into Narnia, proceed with caution. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Simultaneously close out the Wii U and introduce the Switch to a new generation of gamers. And its biggest draw is its gift of discovery. The more you discover, the more you want to. And that, my friends, is the most addictive part of its gameplay. Not to mention the several shrines that you find really add to the gameplay. They have their own puzzles and challenges. The combat is seamless and easy to pick up. You can go anywhere in the game. Be warned though, you must be prepared. All the different areas have different elements and challenges. The only real drawback are the destructible weapons. Once you get a dope weapon, you get used to it and then it breaks. But the sheer scope of this game is impressive, and it's an accomplishment because it originated on the weaker Wii U. Some of the bosses are in areas that can be very disorienting at times. Also, can we get more voice acting next generation, Nintendo? Despite that, for this to be Nintendo's first foray into making an open world game, this was next level. A nearly flawless Zelda game that all the others will be forever compared to. The Last of Us Part 2. This is one of those rare games that has an exceptionally well voice-acted cast, an emotional story paired with phenomenal breakneck gameplay. Set in a grim yet beautiful world design, the levels are laid out in such a way that there always seems to be surprises. The AI is smart and responsive. You feel the weight of their attacks. Just look at how the AI responds to a Molotov attack. Even the weapon upgrade animation is intricate. Given all the plot twists throughout the game, you'll feel the need to go guns a-blazing. But I gotta tell you, the stealth mechanics in this game are implemented really well, and your character is mobile enough to avoid some attacks. As you explore more, you'll find that the story being told within the environments. All these fine details rendered with realistic lighting makes this world feel more lived in and real. The pacing of this game will keep you entertained. It has the uncanny ability to make you care about these characters. Thanks to the amazing visuals, great performances, and next level gameplay, The Last of Us 2 joins in the list of elite sequels. Super Mario 3D World is 2D Mario in a 3D space. I mention this because of its sheer importance to the Wii U console. Did you know that this is the only 3D Mario game released for the system? Some of the most fun and thoughtful platforming in a 3D Mario game. Callbacks throughout the game. No two levels are alike. Nintendo has the insane ability to come up with a concept for a level, then the next level throw it away in favor of a new concept. Please note, for more experienced players, the game is not challenging until you reach World 5. I still recommend it though, but the best version is on the Switch because of the addition of Bowser's Fury. Doom Eternal is a super fast-paced, high-energy first-person shooter with over-the-top gore. I especially like the use of high saturated color against a backdrop of amazing visuals. With its multi-layered and expansive levels, this is the most broad level design of any Doom. Paired with the Doomslayer, who is now much more mobile, it's hard to go back to the older game. id Software has set a new standard for Doom games for the next generation. Mortal Kombat 11 has its fair share of comical moments, but its core gameplay, the fighting, is breathtaking. A huge cast of fighters, MK fan service throughout the game, some of the best movesets of the series, coupled with a super balanced fighting system, an excellent game engine successfully scalable to all platforms, a brutal yet beautiful masterpiece, topped off with great DLC. If you like fighters, you should cop this ASAP. Super Mario 64, a pioneer of the 3D platformer. Released by Nintendo for the Nintendo 64 in 1990. Oh snap, I got the wrong generation. My bad. But don't Nintendo release this game like every generation? Just jokes, fanboys, just jokes. God of War is by far my favorite game of the 8th generation. It represents the pinnacle of outstanding game design with fantastical action-packed moments. Once you learn the system, you will get into a zone. Kratos packs some serious strength, but you will need it because your foes also pack great power. The combat system is fluid and fun with a dynamic array of power moves. Like Breath of the Wild, the element of discovery is eye-opening, no pun intended. The graphics are some of the best I've seen on a PS4 console. Amazing lighting and particle effects. The character models are highly detailed with very emotive facial expressions. The story is engaging with very well voice acted characters, which are super convincing and highly enjoyable. There is also a dose of puzzles. Some more simple than others though. Fortunately, these puzzles do add to the gameplay. But when you combine this with the stellar combat, outstanding level design, and ever-changing battle dynamics, you get a game that deserves a moment of silence because it killed it. This game will go down to be one of the greats that came out on any console. Thanks for watching and entering the vibe. Please hit me with a like and share. If you're feeling my content, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be alerted when a new video drops. This all helps the channel and I really appreciate the support. Peace and love.